You sit down at your desk to begin 2 hours of deep work. You pull out your phone, just for a second, to check a single notification. You look up, and 30 minutes have vanished. A familiar, quiet tension settles in your chest. You look at the blank document in front of you, feeling a heavy sense of guilt for failing to hold your attention on a quiet task. Labeling this as a failure of willpower or a sign of laziness assumes that your focus is entirely under your conscious control. But the way your brain processes attention is governed by a specific chemical environment. The circuitry required for creative patience is currently drowning under a flood of digital notifications, each designed to trigger immediate chemical responses that override your long-term intentions. Without understanding this underlying mechanism, your mind will continue making a quiet trade, sacrificing your long-term ambitions for the easiest available gratification. To fix your focus, you have to look at the role of dopamine. While often labeled a reward, its primary biological job is to manage anticipation. Thousands of years ago, this chemical drive pushed humans to forage for food, explore unknown territory, and seek out mates. It is the neurological voice that signals when a potential reward is near and compels you to do it again. Modern digital platforms are built to leverage this survival mechanism. Every app, game, and social feed you use is designed to capture that ancient wiring and keep it in a state of constant activation. This chart shows the brain's dopamine response to a typical notification. By making rewards unpredictable, apps trigger a massive vertical spike. An endless scrolling session stacks these spikes, creating a sequence of chemical hits your brain was never evolved to handle. This cycle trains the human brain to live in a perpetual state of reactive anticipation, waiting for the next hit, rather than settling into a state of proactive creation. When the brain is flooded with spikes, it adapts. The baseline moves upward, raising the minimum stimulation required to engage. It's like drinking sugary soda until water tastes flavorless. The water hasn't changed, but your taste buds recalibrated to a higher sweetness. Because digital devices provide maximum intensity on demand, your brain begins to require high-intensity input just to stay focused on the present moment. This creates a direct conflict with long-term goals. Reading, deep study, and complex problem-solving are inherently low-stimulation activities that offer no immediate chemical spikes. When your brain is calibrated for maximum intensity, these quiet tasks feel physically agonizing. The mind rejects the slow pace of meaningful work because it is searching for a surge of dopamine that isn't there. This intolerance for low stimulation eventually bleeds into your physical reality. You may find yourself pulling out your phone during conversations or feeling a sense of agitation during a few minutes of silence. At this stage, you are no longer choosing where to direct your attention. You are reacting to the environment, moving toward whatever offers the quickest and easiest path to a chemical hit. If your brain cannot tolerate the absence of a scream, the long-term effort required to build a career or a life becomes an endurance test you are no longer equipped to pass. Reclaiming your focus requires an intentional effort to push your stimulation baseline back down to its natural level. Start by delaying gratification every morning. Instead of checking your phone the moment you wake up, commit to waiting 30 minutes before engaging with any digital device. Next, replace instant digital hits with rewards that require effort. Activities like exercise or learning a new skill still release dopamine, but they do so in a measured way that requires your brain to work for the result. Finally, you must practice the habit of being bored. This means turning off non-essential notifications and creating moments where your brain is allowed to exist in silence without a stream of input. That silence will feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is the sign that your brain is recalibrating.